met with a lot of you yesterday and come off a pretty important practice. We had another one this morning. Then this is a little bit of a breaking point for us. We're not quite out of camp mode, but starting to get near the end. So the players will be off tomorrow. They will not. We won't practice at all. They'll train a little bit lift and meet, but we'll transition back into our last two practices before we get into game week and start giving a little bit of attention to our first opponent. So we're kind of a little bit of a turning point right now. But the big thing is it's a perfect time for us to let you see this facility first class. The Hanson Family Performance Center has just been just delightful to be over here since January. We've thought it was going to be outstanding. What we've learned about it, it's one of the best in college football, certainly. So it's been a real asset that way. Hopefully, as you entered, you get a little sense of the tradition. We want the tradition, great traditions of Iowa football, to be reflected, and hopefully you get a sense of where it is we plan on going right now. And I think basically everybody that's been involved has really been excited about being in here, and it's interesting with every phase that we go through. The summer conditioning now, we've gone through summer camp. The benefits of building just, I think, get accentuated with every turn, so that's been great. And, whether it be the players, recruits, and certainly the coaching staff, support staff, we've all really enjoyed that part of it. Just going back to when this whole thing got started, our objectives were fairly simple, at least from our standpoint. First of all, we wanted a building that's going to be first class, but not opulent. We looked at a lot of different buildings around the country. That was a real fun experience to go through. So all kinds of different places, and again, I think we really captured what we felt was important from that standpoint. Next thing we wanted to build is going to be very functional, and I think this thing's functional at every turn. I think you'll see that as you go through. A lot of thought and planning by smart people went into that, and a couple of them are here with us, so they'll comment on that. And then the other thing you'll notice, there's a lot of space devoted to strength and conditioning. As you know, that's been a fundamental building block of our program. 16 and a half years ago, that was one of the main things we wanted to build off of, and I think that's obviously accentuated as you go along. Efficiency that we've been allowed to operate at is just outstanding. That was something we want to capture, and again, that was really, it's been echoed the last 2 weeks to me. I go back to 1981 where we used to drive into the field house in the morning, and you had to come over here to practice. You drive somewhere else to go eat, drive somewhere else to meet, back to the office, back over here, and half the day you're in a car. In this camp, you pull in the back here early in the morning, and when you leave at night, you've never left. The furthest I've had to walk was about 300 yards to the far field, the far grass field. Maybe it's 250, I don't know, but it's pretty nice. So that part's really been great. And then I think most importantly for our players, it's a first-class building, and they've got everything they need available to be the locker room, certainly the strength conditioning area, the medical performance center there, the training room down there is great. The equipment staff or equipment proximity. Upstairs they've got a lounge here. We've got great meeting rooms, and they've used those meeting rooms to study, and I've learned that that's a nice quiet place for them they can sneak into in the afternoons, and nobody's going to bother them that way. Right on top of it, really easy access. Our staff's just across the hall, so we've got a lot of traffic, and it's easy for those guys to drop in on us at any time. And probably the other thing which I really didn't think about much until we got here, and it really coincides with the new NCAA legislation, is this room we're standing in right now. To be able to feed our team. We never had a place in my previous 16 years where we could feed the team at once and let them look at each other and talk to each other and what have you. And this has provided a great avenue for that. And that's a great way for team building to take place. It's just it's a really good thing, and the coaches can come out and spend time with our players right here. So that's something I really appreciate. So just wrapping it up, I'd really be remiss. The most important thing is just to express thanks, whether it be the Hanson family, who has just been the lead donors, but we've had so many people that have made big gifts. But the teamwork of this whole thing, so many people that have made gifts that maybe weren't in the $1 million level. Every gift has been extremely important. This was a huge fundraising effort to make this thing possible, and the response from all of our supporters and fans has just been great. So we're extremely appreciative of that. And then beyond it, it's the first time I've gone through a project like this, and the teamwork that's been involved. Whether you want to talk about the architects going with us and hearing what it was we saw, and then translating that into the building, the people that went into it, all the contractors, and you've got people like Jeff Harney's here from facilities. He was kind of the project manager of this deal, coordinated all of it with the contractors. Paul Federici, who spent, I can't tell how many hours, making sure that things that we as coaches saw and felt were important, make sure those got integrated in the proper way. So just, it's been unbelievable, the teamwork that was involved. Nobody likes moving, obviously. That was a little bit of a pain in the neck, but we're here now, we're settled, and it's just been great. So really feel good about that.